Good morning, children. As previous class, we have discussed about data handling. In the data handling, what is data and how can you classify data and what are the requirement values of data. Just we have discussed, and I have shown some tabular forms also. Next one, today it's a very important task. Some representative values of the data. What is that? Representative values of data. Is it clear, children? What are the representative values? Actually, already data something we have learned last classes, and some pictures also. But here, representative values of data. What values comes under the representation of data? So, I think, for example, let me give one example. 5 students, they are going to plan a movie, they are planning to go movie, okay, and there's some expenditure they required na. So for that, some 5 students na, one boy brought 80 rupees, one boy brought 30 rupees, one boy brought 70 rupees, one boy brought 60 rupees, like that. But there is some calculation. One boy he brought 30 rupees only, one boy brought 100 rupees by the help of some grandfather or grandmother something. But all are going to do one activity, same activity, that is watching movie. There they have to spend money for buying tickets and for buying snacks and for buying something. So everybody have to equal prioritize. But the one boy brought only 30 rupees na. Then one intelligent boy, he said that, "Arey, you need not worry." He collected all the money from 5 students. Means 70 rupees, 30 rupees, 80 rupees, and one more 60 rupees and 60 rupees. Okay, 60, 60, 120, 200, 300. So total 300 na. How many members are going? 5 members na. So then each can carry 60 rupees na, because the average of this mark is 60 rupees. So everybody will have 60 rupees. Am I right? Is it clear? That the calculation comes under one value, that is representative values of data. Is it clear? So in that representative values of data, there is 3 major and important values. First one is arithmetic mean. What is this? Arithmetic mean. Okay. Second one is mode. Second one is mode. And third one is median. These are the 3 values now. These are the 3 representative values of data. In those 3 representative values, first one value is arithmetic mean. What is this? Arithmetic mean. Next one is mode. Next one is median. Okay. Among all these, the most central tendency value is arithmetic mean only. The most central tendency value is arithmetic mean. So today we are going to discuss about one of the topic of representative values of data, that is arithmetic mean. Clear, children? Okay. Let us start. May I start? Arithmetic mean. What is arithmetic mean, and how can you do? How can you find arithmetic mean of this data? Okay. Now, I'll write this. Arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. Okay. An average mark of the given data is called an average mark of the given data is called an arithmetic mean. An arithmetic mean. Okay. Now here I have used the word an average. Average. What is an average? What is an average? I think most of you know that how to find average. So, by the help of average formula, we can give the formula for mean also. So, what is the formula for mean? Mean. Sum of the observations by number of observations. Arithmetic mean formula: sum of the observations by number of observations. Number of observations. One note point, Anna. The most central tendency value is also a mean. Is also a mean. Okay. The most central tendency value is also a mean. Clear, children? So, finally, the first representative value of data is arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is nothing but an average mark of the given data is called an arithmetic mean. Okay, means for that we can give formula for mean. Mean is equal to sum of the observations by number of observations. Sum of the observations by number of observations, and at the same time this mean is also the most central tendency value is also a mean. Okay, the most central tendency value is also a mean. Okay, otherwise the most central tendency value of a data is mean. Okay, like that you can correct it. The most central tendency value of a data is mean. Okay, children. Now, next thing is, next we are going to find how to find mean and error. Clear, children? Now, write it. Over. Now, why we are? What is the necessity of learning mean? Mean plays very important role in most of the data. Okay, why? Because for example, 5 students. They are just now previously I said 5 students. They are planning to go watch movie. Okay, different amount they bought. Okay, for that there should be an uniformity in calculations and expenditures and everything. For that, they must know the average money of the student. Am I right? Because expenditure for every student is same, but amounts are different. Then that is why they must calculate the average amount of each student, each of his friends. Okay, children? Now, in every different sectors, for example, one student have written exam. He has given exam for 6 subjects. He will get different marks. In Telugu 1 mark, Maths 1 mark, Science 1 mark, and everything. But finally, the board will give you percentage. How an average of. Okay, all subjects should be calculated, added, and it should be divided by. Is it clear? So in the most of the aspects, we can use this mean. Okay. Now let me give one example. Okay. Shall I write this? Okay. See, children, this is the question. I think if you write it otherwise, is it visible? Is it visible? See, I'll read the question. A batsman scored the following number of runs in 6 innings. One batsman has scored these 6 scores in 6 innings. What is the average of this batsman's score? Okay. Now, for example, given. What is given? What is given? Scores of a batsman. Scores of a batsman in 6 innings. What are those? First score 36 runs. 35 runs and 50 runs and 46 runs and 60 runs and 55. Okay, children. Now we are going to calculate the mean, the average score of this batsman. The average score of this batsman. How many runs he made in first innings? 36 runs. Second innings 35. Third innings 50. 46, 60, 55. Like how many innings he played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Already in the question itself it is given 6 innings. But also by the data also you can know that. As many values given in data is nothing but it indicates the number of innings. Okay. Now average is equal to, what is it? Sum of the observations by number of observations. What is here sum? Observations 36, 35, 50, that's 46, plus 60, plus 55 by how many number of innings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9? 6. Children, I'll give you 1 minute time. Anybody can add this and your answer should text in your public chat. Okay? I think most of you know how to add it. 36, 35, 50, 46, 60 and 55, 6. I'll see who will give the quick response. Who will respond very quickly. Okay? Everybody can respond through public chat. Okay? So actually the sum is 282 by 6. Now you can cut it. 6 4 the 24 and therefore clear children, Therefore, average score of a batsman is 47. So, in each innings, the average score of batsman is how many runs? 47. Clear, children? Okay? Write this solution. I'll give you 2 minutes time, and before that, everybody can write it. Okay? Now, this is the question for all of you. Actually, everybody, this is a group question. Everybody can do individually. Let us take your marks of your PT, either PT1 or PT2 or PT3. Okay? Is it clear, children? And find the average mark of your PT1 or PT2, PT3. Is it clear? If you have data of your marks in your 6 subjects, and find the average mark of your PT1, PT2, PT3. This is the question for all of you. Is it clear? By using arithmetic mean. This is the home task for everybody. You need to find your average mark of PT1, PT2 and PT3, or either any one. If you have data of PT1, you can find the average mark of PT1, and PT2 right there. Okay, clear, children? And next class I will give you some questions and everything. If possible, you can try to solve exercise 3.1. Clear? Thank you. Have a nice day.